Hi, guys. Welcome back to episode 5. This is Busy Boys Uncensored, and I am Sakani.
I am DeMonte.
I'm Ja.
And I'm Macy.
And this is episode 5. So, y'all know how we do. So, let's get into what we're listening to this week. I'll start it off. I've been listening to
My
Crew Gonna Slide Tonight. By Beyonce.
Ooh.
I saw it coming.
Literally, I think we all
Literally.
saw it.
Y'all saw it coming? Okay.
I did it. I didn't know she was gonna say, but makes
Honestly,
sense.
I feel like it could have went either way. It could have been Nicki or Beyonce because you went to the Nicki party on.
Yeah, I went to
Friday.
Nicki night on Friday. It was actually really fun.
The setup was cute as fuck.
I know
Yeah.
that was a budget.
I
Bitch,
said,
I
hold
saw-
the fuck up.
I said, bitch, this is an album
Who
release
made
party.
this?
But yeah, so my song this week is My House by the Queen Mother Beyonce.
Period.
Love that. So I know y'all don't like when I do this, but I'm going back to my 2. But it's good songs. So the first one will be Novocaine by Frank Ocean.
Beautiful.
Throwback,
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So then after that,
Thank
we
you
have
next.
Thank You Next, bitch. And Lover and Friend by Kate Tronada and Rochelle Jordan.
Okay.
That just came out with the new EP that he just released, and it's really fun. I love Kate Tronada. I love everything he does. I'm obsessed with him.
Me
and
too.
Yeah, those are my 2.
Beautiful.
Okay, period. So, well, my one this week is gonna be the Touch remix that just came
Yes.
out.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's gonna be my song this week. I recorded it a couple weeks ago, so I've been listening to it for a while. But it always feels good, like when other people can listen to it. So,
Yes, and you're getting your flowers because, bitch, the song is eating.
thank
I see it in
you.
I said,
clubs. I see it like
uh,
bopping in the club. Like it's just so good. So I'm
Thank you,
really
thank
proud of you.
I
And
appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Love
think you
y'all.
definitely
Thank you.
added a new level to that song.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah,
It
it's
shows
nice to
love.
do a different genre too.
Yeah, I was about to say
versatility.
something different for you too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, my song for this week is well, more so a whole project. Pink Panthers' new album, her
A
first,
whole project.
her debut album is what I've been listening to.
Any
So what
specific
song?
They're all so good, but if I had to pick one, probably like Internet Baby.
Okay.
I haven't listened yet, but I want to. I saw that River is on like a remix project for her. I'm like,
That's
that's
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
River by Miley.
No, River Moon,
A DJ.
one of our
Oh.
mutuals.
I want to get more into like Pink Panther's work, but I don't know. I just haven't taken the time to get into her music more, but definitely
Yeah,
want to check her
I
out.
feel like because we're not on TikTok a lot,
Yeah.
like we're not like, well, at least to us. I feel like
Yeah, I
that's the
don't be
reason
on
I'm not
TikTok.
tapped into her because
Yeah.
that's where like she came up at.
Right. No, I don't be on TikTok either. I I heard Boy's a Liar. That was like a hit this year, and I was like, let me just give her album a listen.
Yeah.
She definitely have a sound.
She made a fan out of me for sure.
Yeah.
Period.
But on that River did Renaissance. They were on one of
Oh
the
yes,
mhm.
Yes, they
I
were in the
remember.
movie too.
Yep.
Beautiful. So this week we have a special project of our beautiful friend Ja coming out soon.
Yes.
So
Yes,
we
yes,
are gonna
yes.
have a little sneak peek, a little snippet listen right here on the podcast. So
Yeah, and not only is this y'all's first listen, it's also
yes.
me, Tay, and Sakani's first listen. So you're about to get our initial reaction, and yeah.
We're
Yeah,
excited.
you guys. So this is like one of the songs for my upcoming project, which the episode will be out already, but I'll be announcing it tomorrow. And tomorrow's my birthday as well. So this is my gift from me to you guys. And yeah, this is honestly probably like my favorite song from the project. Like this song gets me up. Like I just feel like it's not Freak Part 2, but it's just like it fits that vibe. Like it's the song
Right.
that comes after
That's
Freak.
one of my favorites.
Ooh.
So I
Freak
think
is
y'all are gonna
really
like
nice.
this one.
Wow.
This is
I'm excited.
Fluidist, and yeah.
Well, first, happy birthday to
Oh,
our girl Ja.
Happy
Absolutely.
birthday, Queen Mother,
Ano-
legend, icon, everything.
Another year with
Absolutely.
your beautiful soul.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very grateful for you, and
Y'all about
I'm
to make me
just.
cry just from saying happy birthday.
Me too.
Well,
You
you can
deserve your
cry.
flowers,
Oh,
babe.
Cry
thank
it
you.
out.
But I love y'all. It's so nice to have spent a full year with y'all at this point.
We love
Like
you too.
Yes.
our business is gonna be turning a year soon, and
Mhm.
I love y'all so much. I really
Yes,
do.
we
Like
love
I
you.
love all three of y'all so much.
All right. So without further ado, let's listen.
Okay, there we go.
Mm.
Get a little louder. Thank you.
Niggas don't know what to do with it. You want a freak, little bae, I'm the fluidist. Put that pussy in my face, now I'm chewing it. You put that mouth on his dick like a flute with it. I know you choosing it, oh niggas losing it. Hope I ain't bruising it, bomb like a nuke in it. You riding it like a beat, I'm producing it. Big dick gon' hang in that throw like a noose in it. Freaky, tweak, I think I just oopsed in it. What's the recipe? It smell like a boo in it. That shit so tight when I slide and you loosen it. Then put that grip on me, baby, I'm losing it. I'm getting lonely, can you bring a friend over? I'm seeing balls in that ass when he bend over. Damn fashion killer, I'm dressed like a bimbo. That rabbit killer, we fucking in Timbos. Freaky, lick it, I stick it. This dick got you pissing, fulfilling all fantasies. Fucking and fitteds, we sucking and flipping. Don't duck it, don't miss it. Your toes in my mouth and your hoe really gripping. It's dripping delicious. I'm simping, you bustin', I bustin'. I'm up in the kitchen. You get what you want from me, babe. I'm your waiter. You said your ex dick is your favorite flavor. Freaky, slow it down, case they ain't get that. You fucked too good last time, I needed some get back. Love when you lick on my six pack. Don't go nowhere until I tell you dispatch. Damn, you a freak, can't believe you just did that. It's so good, I'll fight your ex with his bitch ass. You got me relaxed till I'm in beast mode. Hitting your spot, it's like I got the cheat code. I hold you.
Beautiful.
Bitch, that was eating. Hold on.
Thank you.
See, I like to
thank
listen for the
you.
lyrics. That's what I did with the first song that you sent us, and I always like pull out my little favorite little bar.
Yeah.
That was cute. There's a couple in there that I'm like, oh wait,
Yeah,
that
Thank
ate.
you. I hope.
Waking the porn stars up, actually.
Girl, I'm really hoping they hear it. I need
Hello?
my video cameos. Like
Okay.
I need Fat Rabbit Killer in this video.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
Let's go to Brazil.
I would love to.
I'll have my moment with Raheem alone, and I'll catch up with y'all later.
Girl, he gonna have you.
he
gonna have
he gonna
everybody-
want the group.
Like a pussy,
You gonna think it's only him. He gonna be like, everybody else come on.
Y'all come
I'll
on.
be like,
It's not that type of party.
I ain't come here for all that.
I just
I came
came
here
to
to dance for y'all.
That's it.
That's it.
That was hot though. I really fuck with it, and I
Yes.
love how the build up. It kind of gave me like a formation kind of vibe in the beginning, and I'm like, it's just like, bitch, get in formation because I'm about to go off. And as soon as
Mhm.
that beat drop, you did exactly what I wanted you to. Go the fuck off.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So very proud of you,
Thank
and
you. Yeah, I can't wait for
to
y'all to hear the
rest.
full song. It'll be out
Yes,
soon.
the full
Absolutely.
song.
I'll be dropping the cover art tomorrow. So
Ooh.
Period.
See,
I
we didn't know
can't-
about
I
any
can't
of this, so this is exciting.
Yeah.
So what was the name of that one?
that's fluidist.
Fluidist.
Made my own word.
Period.
was
I
gonna
love
say,
that. Just and it's gonna end up in the dictionary just like bootylicious did.
Yup.
mhm.
I don't think you're ready.
So yeah.
Period. I love that, sister. Definitely feel like I can hear that in the club.
I'm
Mhm.
hoping so.
And we will.
Mhm.
Cause
Yeah.
you know.
Might hear it tonight.
You know?
Shit.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Which is perfect because this episode is about nightlife and you know all of our experiences regarding nightlife. So I started going out very early on because my sister is 4 years older than me and she and I are very close. So um I would be like, take me with you, or I'm telling mommy where you really going. She's like, what the fuck? So I would go out with my sister a lot, and she really introduced me to the party lifestyle. Um, Even though our partying is very different, but that was my introduction.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what was y'all introduction to nightlife?
Who wants to start?
Yeah, I can start. I feel like my introduction, it came with freshman year of college. Me and my girls, you guys met them, Zay and Kyle.
Yes.
At first, it was just Zay, and then Kyle came around a little bit later. But Zay and some other friends that we had at NCCU, North Carolina Central University,
Period.
we wanted to start going hanging out with the gays, and we went to this club. It's called Legends, and that's when I really got a taste of just clubbing. I never really had went to like in high school. I did not club at all. I
Mm.
was one of those. I was a book kid. All of that.
Aw.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't even drink until college. But yeah, that was my introduction. Legends nightclub in Durham, North Carolina, with all the country boys, and yeah, it was great.
Absolutely.
Period.
I'll go next. I feel for me, I started like clubbing honestly very early because I was going to like honestly I was like a cool kid in like middle school and high school, and it was like okay, bitch, if you get invited to this one party, you know you
You
you know
in,
you that bitch.
bitch.
It
Yeah,
gave me like
like
super 16, like I'm going to this, like this is
yeah.
it. So it started very early for me, like even going to like the not blackout rooms. It was different from a blackout room.
Blackout rooms.
What we know of a blackout room as like 21 up is different from how we saw it as like
What a
maybe
dark room
like
is here.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was going to those a lot, but my first introduction to like the gay club was very interesting because I was maybe about 16, 17, and if you from Baltimore, you know exactly what I'm about to say. You was down at the docks, and you was in a cut line, and I was hanging with people that were probably like 21, 22.
Mm.
So I was outside like no other bitch. So
Comment if you've
yeah.
been to the cut line. I never heard of there.
yeah, I was in that cut line every week. But yeah, my introduction was very early, and
So how did you get away with that?
honestly, I don't know. I really don't know because
Okay.
well, with the cut line, they wouldn't check your ID. So it was kind of like they
Oh.
knew what they were doing.
Well, I meant with like your parents.
That's the thing. So, oh my God. So when I started going, and this is my first time like coming home late. Like I didn't get home until like 6 a.m. that night.
Oh
In
that
high school?
my
Yeah.
God, my
And
6
but my mom was
that
a nurse,
night.
so she would work like a 7 to 7, right? Like a 7 to 7 is easy for like it's like normal for like a
My grandma
nurse.
used to work that shift.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, all right, I clock it. She's gonna be home by 7, and something. I'm like, that alarm didn't go off
Uh-huh.
the way it usually does. It's just that door open or something like that, and I'm like, and I realize that she's home. She not opens the door and she's like, why are you coming home this early or this late, early, whatever? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's the morning,
It was the
Mom.
walk of shame.
I just woke up. What you talking about?
It's 6
I just went to
a.m.
feed the dog.
Yes, with my jersey shirt and my mesh shirt, you know.
Oh God.
So it was. I didn't get in trouble, but she was just like, "Don't do that shit again." So shout out to Mama T because you didn't.
Shout out Mama
think about it that
T.
much.
Period.
Period.
All right, so for me, I really feel like my first introduction to actual clubbing was when I moved to New York when I was 19, and I was here for about 2 years. I moved back home when I was 21, and I went out a few times here. Honestly, I went out and had some really good times, but it was really like a glimpse. Like it wasn't,
Mhm.
and I wasn't really doing it with friends, so it also just wasn't. I don't know. To me, that's really wasn't my introduction. Like when I moved back home, and my best friend Mia, who you guys haven't met yet, like me and her, like we ended up living together maybe like 2 months after me moving back home, and she was already going to the clubs and stuff because she already turned 21. Like we were both 21, and I was
Right.
back home now, so it was like she's like, "Bitch, just come out with me and the girls." Like, and to me, that was
That's
my
great.
introduction to clubbing because that was my first time going out with my friends and
Yeah.
getting lit, like
Mm.
in a group of my friends. Like I've known these bitches for years, and like it was clubbing it back home isn't it's really only fun if you know people. So like
Right.
since I had a group of friends, like we would have a good time and then like me and her live together. So we could have afters at our house.
Yeah.
Like so
That's crazy because Mia don't drink, smoke.
she smokes.
Shout out to Mia.
She smokes down.
Oh, okay.
Mia
Okay.
only smokes. That's like her thing. That bitch you pass her a blunt, she good, but she don't drink, which to me is so crazy because she'll be out with all of us, and like you'll just feel like she drunk because everybody else is drunk, and she just be
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
rocking
people
and
have
rolling.
that aura. Like
Yeah.
they just feed off of other people.
Yeah,
Good
so
time.
that's my bitch. I will meet her soon. But
Yes.
yeah, I
Oh,
feel
and
like
a
she was
dog.
really my introduction. My daughter will be here soon. She might make an appearance. Listen, I don't talk about her too much because it's a triggering topic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a real nasty custody battle. But I'm gonna get my daughter back real shortly. Her mother
Period.
is taking great care of her. You know, it was just some crazy things going on in life. And my daughter had to do what she had to do, which was best for her. So I had to
Right.
send her to her mother, you know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
My black fathers will understand.
Oh. Oh wow.
Wow.
But yeah, so I would say like my bestie really was kind of my introduction because she was already going out. I was able to go with my friends.
Yeah.
And then I came to New York and it was a whole nother chapter. But that was my
Mhm.
introduction.
So with y'all introductions, do y'all have like a favorite club that y'all went to in your hometowns? I know Macy, you might not have one because you said your introduction was college, but
Yeah, my hometown didn't even have a club.
oh,
Mm.
My hometown didn't even have a mall.
Oh my
My graduating class was like 30 people,
Trailer park.
very much.
that's scary a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, everybody knew everybody.
Where
too.
did you shop?
You had to go to like the next biggest city, Fayetteville. Now I want to know where J. Cole is from.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Wow.
But I do
Wow.
have a favorite club
Uh-huh.
from when I went in college, and it would be Limelight. It was like
Okay.
3 stories in Greensboro.
Ooh, that
Love
sounds like a nice
those.
big club.
And
Yes.
the men used to be out, and everybody was gay. So it's like, you leaving with somebody.
3 floors, bitch. Yeah.
2 floors of gay men.
Oh,
Gay
I'm
black men or gay
screaming.
men?
gay black men.
Period. That's the difference, okay?
Clock it.
Clock it. Hey, y'all ate that.
Okay. Ja.
So back home, it wasn't a club. Because so back home, the clubs are either real black, and those clubs usually are like 25 up as well. They're like the
Mhm.
older black crowd. And when I say real black, I mean like they they predominantly black, but they were
Right.
usually older crowds. Like my mom friends go into them clubs. Like
Yeah.
so it wasn't really like my vibe. And the other clubs that are for a younger crowd, like they're white as fuck. So
Mhm.
like
Mm.
I usually went to bars. Like and me and my friends would go to this bar called Lux. And it technically is considered a gay bar, but it was real diverse. Like I would see it was just that type of bar you could run into anybody there. Like, and they just played the same music every fucking weekend, which was like dive bar music, like just random ass old songs. Like they would have karaoke night and shit. But like that is like if I go home, that's like the first place I go. Like the food truck out there knows me, they know my order. Like that was bitch, that
You
was
was
my
a regular.
Right.
bitch, that was my
Hey,
spot
Ja.
every fucking weekend. Like so Lux in Rochester, that is mine.
Mhm. I'd say the docks for me for sure. It's closed down, but it was a fun time. I feel like I had a fun time there. Um, it definitely gave all the niggas are going there after like every event or just like the docks was always the place to be. Um, but yeah, the docks for sure. That's me.
Period. Mine would be La Tambora in Philly. It's a Spanish club, but it was like a mix of black and Hispanic people.
Mi gente latino.
Mi gente Latino. And I actually had my 15th birthday there.
Period. Period, bitch.
And my parents were there. I had a cake and it said happy birthday, Yonsei, because I used to go by Yonsei after
Eddie Yonce.
Eddie
Are they
Yonsei.
still open?
No, they're not open anymore.
Thank God, because they was about to get closed down.
A 15-year-old? Knew-
Well, my dad knew the owner.
Oh, okay.
So
My
it
bitch
was-
had to connect. Y'all hating so
Queen,
bad.
queen.
So it was fine. But yeah, that was like my favorite club in Philly. And yeah, we would go there a lot. Me and my sister are friends. But yeah. And so with clubs and house parties, what do y'all feel is y'all favorite vibe? And I'll go first. I feel like when I was younger, I loved the house party because it just felt like it was fun. It felt dangerous. And like,
We have different definitions of house parties.
well, because in a house party, I feel like it could get raided at any time. Somebody could call the cops, like, and you're underage at this house party, drinking,
Mhm.
smoking, doing God knows what.
Okay.
And that's like the dangerous part that I liked about it, because it's like, oh my gosh, something could happen, but I'm having a time of my life right now.
Who
So
cares?
So I would say, like, when I was younger, definitely house parties were my favorite, but now I love clubbing. It's so fun. Well, depending on the club
Yeah, for sure.
and
Very
the
much so.
DJs, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would say younger me houses, older me clubs.
I would say like for like when I think of house parties, I think of like kickbacks. Like I don't I like the house parties I feel like you're talking about. I did go to those when I was younger because those were like a thing in my city. Like
Yeah,
everybody was dancing to reggae and reggaeton at these parties. Like you had to
exactly.
have them in somebody's basement. So like those parties, like They were fun as a kid, like, but when I think of house parties, I just think of like literally kind of being in the house with my friends. It's a little more intimate. Like it's
Mhm.
just music, food, like vibes. I
Well,
feel
yeah,
like,
let's clarify. When I say house party, I mean the reggaeton
but
and
I
like
think we just have a different definition because I still look at it. I mean, I guess I look at it as both, but
mhm.
like for me, I feel like it just depends on where I am. Like if I'm home, I would prefer a house party because it's
Mhm.
just a little more intimate and the clubs back home are whack as fuck. So it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
but here, bitch, also no one really has a house here. So it's
Yeah.
like
For
everybody has
sure.
a small apartment. It's just this thing in New York. So it's
Mhm.
like you can still have a gathering, but
It just won't
nobody
be
wants
a
to have
house
all those people
party.
in their small space all the time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy like house parties more when I was younger and just like kickbacks because I am a very intimate person. I always have been. And also like when I was younger, I didn't enjoy like dancing out when I was like 16 and just like around all
Me
these older
either.
men. It wasn't like I didn't feel like people it was like obviously it could be labeled as like kind of predatory vibes. Um but I didn't feel that way. It was just like I was just uncomfortable doing it. So I didn't dance as much when I was
Mhm.
like younger. But now I do love a nightclub. Oh my god. I love the strobes.
We
I love
know.
that bass. It just gets me going. Like my favorite
Mhm.
club is the Strangers. So
It was so
We
camp in
love
there.
I
the
have not
strangers.
been
Shout out to the
yet.
strangers. We love
yes,
you.
it's so good. And it's just like I have never experienced a club like that before. And it just reminds me of the school I went to, Cal Arts. And it's just very immersive, it's experimental, but also the music is good, it's levels. And I always have a great time there. So shout out to Aries also.
So
We'll go
they
soon
need to let us
since I
host.
haven't been.
Yeah, we should host.
They need to let
Ooh,
us
that
If
would be
y'all
fun.
see
host.
this, book
Y'all, if
us.
y'all ever see this, y'all need to let us host.
See it, catch it.
But for
Miss.
me, kickbacks in clubs, it's so hard because I was literally sitting here thinking like the things I hate about clubs, like a fight could break out, a gun, somebody could shoot somebody could get hurt. Same thing can happen at a kickback.
Yeah.
But I guess like the defining factor to me is when you at a kickback or like a house party, the liquor is free.
Okay.
You go in there, you make
Very
yourself
much
a
so.
You
drink.
just gotta go to the table.
At the club,
You ate
you
that.
paying,
$20.
and then
And
they
on
want a
top
tip
for a
on top of
cocktail.
that.
even if you bring a bottle, you only spending $20, $30. Like
Exactly.
that's 2 drinks.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you can pregame, but you can
Exactly.
pregame at a house party too. So I still prefer house parties. You know, y'all need to start throwing more house parties. I'm sorry, y'all. I know
Macy
y'all don't
will
like.
come through.
Yes,
No
absolutely.
matter what city you're in, just tell him where the house at.
BYOB.
Oh,
All you need is a
I
bottle.
was thinking DMV, New York, but yeah, I will say I prefer house parties, but I do like a club. It's just people be standing around being boring.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like about clubs.
I don't
Around
run
that,
into
we like
that.
to dance.
Yeah, I don't run into that as much as in New York as I do back home in North Carolina or in Maryland.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
there's no place like New York clubs.
oh yeah, no.
Like bitches turn up here.
Yes.
Yeah, I be
And everybody knows it. That's
Yeah.
why people come here on their birthdays.
It's no place
Mhm.
I'm like,
like
yeah, I be reading the tweets like it'd be like, oh, we gotta go back in time to the 80s and 90s when people actually danced. I'm
no,
like,
y'all don't. Y'all just
baby,
need to-
come to New York.
Right.
Like, what do
What do
you
you be dancing down?
I heard New York has great nightlife. Berlin has a good nightlife.
Oh, yes,
I wanna
Berlin
go to
for
Berlin so
sure.
bad.
I
That's
want
on
to
It's
my
go.
it just depends on where you are. I think.
Yes,
So,
for
yeah,
sure.
this like when I first went to the club here, that shit literally like changed my life. Like
Yeah.
my first dick appointment, y'all. I think that's why I really like admire Kenny so much too, because I feel like he really just created a safe space for gay
Yeah.
black people to just like no matter how you identify to like
Mhm.
go in the
Absolutely.
space and be able to dance however you want. Like seeing that for the first time, I think it was like November 2019 or December. Like I was just like, bitch, I've never seen nothing like this in my fucking life.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
Yeah.
everybody was dancing. That shit was packed. Like it was my first time at Holo, and I was just like, it was just such like. It was just like an immersive experience. I was like seeing everybody have fun, like
Yeah.
everybody's being cool. Like it was a good vibe. Like there's so much beef in my hometown and so many people have animosity with each other. You could just, like
something.
that's why I feel like
Yes.
that's another reason it's just like people always got their guard up in like
Mhm.
smaller
Yeah,
cities
be
because
ready.
Very true.
you're not just running into strangers. You know everybody in the club.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's nice to just be around a bunch of people you don't know, meet people you don't know, have a good conversation.
And just vibe together.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's really all
you know,
it is.
you might not even ever talk to them again. But I've met so
Yeah.
many people, or you might
Right.
connect with somebody really cool. But like I've had so many good experiences in nightlife here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same.
It's like,
So I want to ask our audience first, what type of friend are you when your friends are drunk? So let us know in the comments because it's very important to have like a mother or a father
Yeah.
in your friend group.
Mhm.
I definitely am not that. I am the drunk friend. But
I feel
So
like you could be the mother.
yeah, you can.
there are times where I am the mother, but most of the time I'm the drunk friend. But I will say, in my experiences with being like the parental figure, like when going out, I try to stay calm because it's like those situations like heighten my anxiety.
They're
Mm,
frustrating.
yeah.
There are because it's like, girl, pull it together.
Get it, bitch. Like, if you could see yourself right now, bitch.
Yes. But yeah, I would say for the most part, I'm like the drunk friend. But sometimes you'll get that parental figure out of me if like you're really fucked up.
Mhm.
And
I
I'll sober up to like get to that point.
I feel the same way. I feel like you know, the what keeps me going when I have to be the
Mhm.
parent drunk, even though I was like, I was gonna have a good time tonight, but now I
Right.
gotta take care of you. I feel like I just look back onto when I was in that situation and somebody had to take care of me,
Mhm.
and I'm like, yeah, thanks. And Macy, just do what you gotta do for your bitch. And yeah, that's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah.
I've never been like Mia has had to take me New Year's. I got like blackout drunk like 2 years in a row back home, and
Mhm.
like those were the only times I was like, she had to like carry me in the house. Like she was like, "Bitch, I don't even know." I like woke up in the morning. I'm like, "Girl, what happened last night?" Like, and she's just looking at me like, "Bitch, you was fucked up." And she like I drink, and she's never even seen me messed up, and that's my best friend. So those were the only two times I've ever like knowingly blacked out. Like
Mhm.
I feel like y'all know I don't normally get like fucked up to where the
Yeah.
point like I can't make it home. I'm like stumbling. Like I
Mhm.
feel like I just get like loud and that like you'll know I'm drunk because I'm just talking about loud and I'm laughing a
Mhm.
lot. But
Yep.
like I'm normally not. I don't like to be the mother because I just be feeling like because I know how to handle my liquor, I sometimes just be like, bitch, why are you not handling your liquor? At the end of the
Right.
day, I'll do what I gotta do for any of my friends. Like
Yeah.
I would never have y'all just fucked up somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I don't like doing it at all. Like
Yeah.
I just be feeling like, bitch,
It's honestly an inconvenience
it
to
is.
everybody. Cause it's like, bitch, we came out to have a good time, and now you here fucked up, about to fall the hell over. But it's like, I'm not about to leave you here looking a mess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's wrap this up and go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at it sometimes. But then I'm like, the one time I got really, really fucked up, and my best friends Cyrus and Zay, they had to like, I was throwing up outside the club. I had to on the curb. So I'm like, girl, be humble
Yeah.
and take care of your bitch.
Yeah. I feel
I'm
like it
actually
happens.
lying. There was one. So I went to Atlanta with Kenny for dick appointment like 2 years ago, and it was like our first trip
Not this.
together. We had been friends for a few months, but yeah, like I was mixing. The first night there, I was just so happy to be in Atlanta. I was so happy to be going out seeing new niggas. I had like a sandwich. That was all I ate the whole day. And I started drinking, taking shots of Hennessy and Patron, like back to back. Like they pouring
Oh.
shots of the Hennessy and the Patron. They get to the club, they had a section. I'm standing on the couch. I got platform shoes on. I ain't fall or nothing, but that's how I knew I was just drunk. Cause I'm like,
Mhm.
bitch, why are you up on this couch 6 feet looking dumb as fuck, about to fall over?
That don't
But
even sound like you no more.
Right.
listen, I was
Never
somebody
seen
else that
that.
night. So that was the first night I met Ra. And like I threw up in his car that night. He had a rental. I threw up in that shit like twice. He had to pull over.
Oh,
Then every time he pulled over, I couldn't throw up. Then he'll start driving.
oh no.
Crazy.
This literally my first night meeting this nigga. So he like, who the fuck is this drunk boy? Like, get him the fuck out of this car. Like, so Kenny had to put me in an Uber and shit. I feel like that made us really closer too because he just made sure I was good that night. Like he
Yeah.
literally put me in a fucking car, like pushed me in that bitch, like let me know when you get to the fucking hotel.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I maybe 3 times.
Period.
I feel like with me, I can kind of do both, but I'm also the kind of friend that will like I'm like I still want to have fun. We can still dance a little bit, but I'm still gonna take
You
care
definitely
of
are.
you. And
Yeah.
like
He's like, bitch, the night is not over yet.
exactly, but I'm watching you. I'm watching your every
Yes.
move. Cause I mean, I feel like we can kind of like all separate at some point, but I'm like keeping my eye out. I'm like, where's this bitch at?
Yeah.
I'm watching everything. I see every fucking thing that's happening. But when you're out of my vicinity, that's when I'm like, okay, we need to do something about this.
Yeah.
But
Only Lord knows at that point.
okay. But I'm also the friend that I will separate myself from a party quick and I won't tell nobody. I'll tell like one person and I'll be like, all right,
You know.
I'm about to head out. So Y'all have a good time.
I think we all do pretty good with knowing when we're fucked up too, or at least knowing to tell one of each other, like,
Yes,
bitch,
like,
Yeah.
girl, I can't
get me
handle
out of
it no more.
here.
We gotta go.
Please.
Me at Georgia Room, that was insane.
Yeah, I've only seen these two. I've only seen Sakani and Tay blackout drunk. I've never seen you.
Yeah, I literally guess Mia and Kenny and Ra, and whoever else was in the car that
Wow.
night, are the only people who have seen
When
me,
have
like-
y'all seen me blackout drunk?
Costa Rica in the
I haven't seen
bathroom.
it.
Well,
I've seen you drunk.
stop,
I
bitch.
haven't seen you blackout drunk,
I've
but I've
seen
seen
it.
you be so drunk, that, bitch.
Ja.
Halloween.
Okay, I wasn't just drunk that night though. That
In Costa Rica, you were just drunk.
But you
and
were
you
drunk.
were.
And I knew you was drunk because you had a fucking attitude. That's why I'm like, this bitch
Oh.
drunk. Because all I did was start walking with her. She said, I don't need nobody to walk with me. Hello. Okay.
Oh, you talking about this Halloween?
Yes.
Oh yeah, babe.
No, I'll
oh
cut
yeah.
out the location, but yes.
Oh yeah,
Nah,
babe.
you're-
Oh yeah,
I'll
I
just-
forgot about that.
I
funny
took
when
some
you're
steps
drunk,
back.
too.
I said, okay. I'll just watch her walk to the train then.
I'll never forget that night.
I feel like for me,
bro,
when
that
I'm,
was crazy.
You were tight. I said, okay.
I feel like I'm drunk and I like go to sleep, so I won't act a fool. I like know. I'm not the person that will act like belligerent or something like that. I'm very much like I know I'm fucked up. I'm just gonna go to sleep,
Yeah.
and that's when it's hard for me to actually get up, because it's just body weight at that point. Like I'm not getting up, so you have to carry me around wherever we go.
Maybe.
Like they carried me to a club. This was for your meme party, and we went out. But I
Oh
was
my
so
gosh.
fun.
But we didn't know you were that fucked up because
I
we
didn't
would have
know
stayed
either.
home.
I didn't know either.
We get to the club, this bitch is knocked out in Cairo's car and couldn't get him up. Like nothing was getting Tay
Oh,
up that
no.
night.
That
So
would've
we were
freaked me out.
we literally had to carry him to the next spot, like arm on shoulder type carry. And I don't think we ended up going up. We ended up just going home
Yeah.
because the bitch was fucked up.
Security, hold her real quick, okay?
So we could kick some ass. Okay.
So out of all y'all favorite nights out, what is your go-to drink when y'all know y'all about to have a good night and y'all don't got shit planned for the next day? So just a little dangerous drink.
Hennessy Red Bull.
Period.
Straight to it. You're going to be up and you're going to be drunk.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I always go dark. So it could be Hennessy, it could be whiskey, it could be
I love
Douce.
whiskey.
That dark liquor will do it.
Whiskey makes me.
It's always gonna be
Love
Douce
dark
I
for
don't
me.
like the
I love
aftertaste of
Douce.
whiskey.
I get so horny when I have whiskey.
Oh.
I can't.
I get horny with
Oh.
any liquor.
No, getting drunk
I
and
get
not
horny
having a
with any
nigga is like my.
Oh, miserable.
That's the shit that be like, I need to
Fucking
just stop
It
drinking.
really is. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing because I love being out drunk with my friends, not worrying
too.
about a
It's a
nigga
different-
when I
it's a
get
different
home,
space.
whatever.
But once you get home,
But if you're horny, bitch, that is a different type of feeling. It's like,
Mhm.
what the
it's hell.
fuck?
Literally. Take this liquor out of my body now.
Fuck. Give me dick now.
You will end up doing some shit you would have never
Texting
done
niggas
sober.
you might have never
Okay.
texted in your whole
I
life.
be
you.
FaceTiming. I'm like, hey,
What are you doing?
haven't talked to you
you
in a while.
up?
But my favorite drink, I had to really stop drinking Long Island iced teas.
Ooh.
Because those
that
were
shit
just
is
that's
crazy
not
to me.
yeah, that's unhinged. That's really
My first night with
Like-
Long Island's, I didn't know they were what they were.
Yeah.
I had like 4 of them
Insane.
shits back
It's
to
like
back.
4 different liquors.
I was like,
Yeah,
this
it's
just
like-
tastes like
yeah.
tea. I was on the train fighting for my life.
Mm-hmm.
But now I try to drink tequila because
Mhm.
tequila I hear is the only one that's not a depressant.
I've heard.
Every other liquor is a downer, and
Oh.
tequila is the only.
Not for
That's
me.
I've heard
interesting.
otherwise. I heard vodka is the upper, and
Really?
but
I never.
I
heard
am
that.
not no fucking scientist, so I don't want to sit here and argue about it.
Let's look at
I did hear something about tequila, but I don't know if it was that. But not that it was healthier, but basically like
Not
that's one of
healthier.
the liquors that you'll get less hungover with or something like that.
Mhm.
I wish that was true.
Oh,
So, what is y'all worst club experience that y'all ever had?
Mm.
damn! I'm digging deep in the vault for that one.
I'll go first. So, y'all know Catch. Catch is a fabulous club in New York City. So I was probably 19, sophomore year in college. I went to this club with my girls. We was always out every weekend.
Y'all would come here on the weekends.
No, I went to college here.
Okay.
So we would just go out to the club, West Village. So we went to this club. I ended up getting so fucked up. Not because obviously at 19, I don't know how to hold my liquor. I don't know what my limit is.
Yeah, you're
So
You're tiny, girl.
I'm so petite.
Delicate.
Delicate
I
dog.
got room to
Just-
grow.
Room to
A little
grow.
bat
Your
babe.
size one day.
To be your size one day.
So I get fucked up and we're on the rooftop outside taking pictures and I have this drink in my cup. Bitch, tell me why I lean over and I start throwing up in the cup and it starts falling over all over my hand. And nobody's noticing because everyone is taking pictures. And
Like good and bad. Like I need help,
No
but bitch,
way.
I'm glad nobody see me throwing up.
but it's just like I think this might have been like my 19th birthday because my best friend was in town. And I'm just throwing up. It's overflowing, going all over my hand. It's all over
This
my
is
arm
mortifying.
at this point. And so my friends don't notice, but security notices and he comes outside. And he was like, "You gotta go." And I'm looking up like, "Bitch, I don't know what's going on right now." And at this point, my friends finally notice. They take me to the bathroom and they get me together. And at this point, one of my best friends, she was friends with the club owner. So he got us one of his cars home.
Mm.
Bitch, tell me why I start throwing up in this Escalade.
This bitch will throw up in the car.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I would say that's my worst club experience because it was like mortifying more than anything.
You're
Because
embarrassed.
it's like everybody saw what the fuck happened. It's this little baby boy just throwing up on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Too cute to be doing that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
you
so
already young, so now they like this young bitch can't handle her
yes,
liquor.
exactly.
Like,
They not
So
offering
yeah,
you
I
no
would
more
say.
shots.
What'd you say?
They're not offering you no more shots at the next club. Like, this
Mm.
bitch can't drink.
Yeah. So I would say that would be like one of my worst. I've had a few worse nights, but
Yeah.
I'll say that one.
I'll say for me, literally just got so shocked because I just thought about this moment. It was so fucking embarrassing. Oh my God. It wasn't a club, but it was just like a kickback. And this is when I was like going into like DC and shit with like all my older friends and everything. I was so fucked up this time, and me and my friend are just like, we're having fun, and then like one of us start running, and I'm like running after him, and I literally fall like face front
Oh.
on the pavement on like concrete,
oh,
and I like roll
bitch.
over, and you know what's that meme of like Big Frida when she just like I literally felt like that, and I'm like I'm bleeding, and I was just
Oh.
like, what the
Poor
fuck is going
baby.
on? But I'm not even 18 at this point. I'm probably like 17 or some shit.
Oh my goodness.
It was really embarrassing, but we learn and we grow, and I will probably stumble a little bit, but I will never fall the fuck over.
not
ever
like
again.
that.
No,
Shit.
baby.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You
glad
don't
I'm
have
here to
any
tell the
permanent
story.
Yes,
scars?
glad you're
Amen.
here to tell the
Shit.
story.
No, I don't really scar that much, but yeah, I don't have it, but I know the story.
You live to tell it. Well, for me, it came to me. I actually have a terrible experience. It wasn't at a club, but it was at a bar back home. And people were saying this bar fight started because of me, but it literally didn't.
You
Like
started bar fights?
That's so funny.
the initial fight started with me, but I didn't start the fight. Like, and the thing was, let me just tell y'all the story. Because, like, after the fact, a girl I knew who worked there, she's like, you can't come to this bar anymore. So I'm like,
Girl,
bitch,
fuck
who the fuck
you.
is you talking to? I didn't even want to come to this white ass bar in the first place. And, bitch, second of all, I didn't start the fucking fight. So,
I hate
Oh my
hype ass
gosh.
bitches like that.
Josh-
Like,
Just trying to
bitch.
get something out there.
Jade had a picture of you up on it.
bitch, they might as well have. Like, so, y'all, so I didn't even want to go to this bar, but we didn't have many options because we decided to go out kind of late. Like, so we're just like, we're gonna have a few drinks. Like, we've been in there before. We're just like, we're not expecting much. We're just like, we're gonna chill, have a few drinks. And I think this was around the time I had a performance. So one of my friends was there who also raps. Like, this is like my tradie days. Like, mind y'all, I don't even go to gay clubs. Only niggas I talk to was on Jacked. Like, I don't even be in the person talking to niggas. Like, just something important to highlight. So me and Mia are like, our friends are down, it's like 2 levels. So our friends are on the lower level, and we go up to the upstairs, and I'm like, I'm about to get a drink. So like, I get a drink. Me and her literally just standing in front of each other, like talking, like closer than me and you are, but we're just standing in front of each other talking. This guy walks up to us, like, and he taps me. He's like, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
Oh,
So me, before I'm just looking confused at first, and me is just like, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" Like,
right.
we weren't even. Nobody was even looking at you. I'm like, "Nigga, who?" I wasn't even facing you to be
Yo, the
looking at
thing
you.
about your girlfriends,
They
like,
be on it.
they be on it quickly. Like, them
Like-
bitches, not a bat in the eye. Who the fuck?
Like they be ready to go to war. Like
Yes,
I love my
I love
bitches.
my
So
girls.
she popping off, and now I'm like, nigga, what are you even talking about? I was
Right.
looking at her. Like, so he just like, I'm not with none of that shit. Da, da, da. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, so he just, it's like we going back and forth and it's getting heated. So like I turn around and see my friend who I just did a show with, and I go like this to him to give him the signal, like, this nigga's acting crazy. So just
Mhm.
like watch my back and watch your back. So like when I do that, I don't even get a chance to say anything to my friend. Like I signal my friend to come over, my friend start walking up. The guy walks up to him, my friend swings on him. Like no words are even exchanged. Like
Oh.
I didn't even tell him what happened.
Period.
Nothing even happened. So like
ATG.
that nigga swung, and he was with, mind y'all, this nigga looks like he's my mom's age. Like, I'm
Mm.
literally 21. Me and my friend are about yay fucking high. This nigga's grown as a bitch. So, like, he fighting him, and then I started fighting one of the nigga friends because it was just like literally that the one swing turned into the whole club fighting.
Right.
So, like, bottles are being thrown,
Damn.
chairs are now being thrown. And the thing was, my friend who I had just did a show with, his mom was there, his brothers were there.
Oh my god.
Soon as he started fighting, his brothers appeared out of nowhere and started beating that nigga ass.
Well,
like,
yes,
so
they should.
he's on the floor, knocked the fuck out. His friends are trying to fight for him. Mia in the middle trying to like push niggas, move niggas out the way, make sure everybody okay. They start macing the whole bar.
They said get the fuck out.
Like my homegirl, she's like a bottle, and it's crazy because another one of my friends, we ended up connecting the dots and he threw the bottle, but like she's like a bottle flew past her face like this when she walked out the
Ooh.
bathroom. She didn't even know what was going on. She walked out the bathroom, the whole club fighting.
Oh my gosh, that's so
What?
crazy.
So like we literally I was crawling out of the club on top of people. Like nobody could see when we were leaving the club. My friends were made so bad they couldn't breathe. Like
Oh
it
my
was just
gosh.
like traumatic, and it was just crazy because people were saying that I started the fight, and it was just like, and then my friend was saying he had to fight for me because of my sexuality. Like it was just so much crazy shit after that fight that I was just like, I hate that bar.
Yeah.
I had to like check my friend. I'm like, nigga, delete that status. First of all, you didn't fight because you fought because that nigga swung on you when he walked up to you. Like
Right.
I didn't even tell you what.
Yeah, that's
just
a
a-
bad
you
that's
just
a
a
bad
signature?
club experience.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
a traumatic club experience. I would
Yeah.
never go to Mason's again. I hope they burn down. And Jada,
It's kind of fun.
well, you didn't really do anything, Jada. But girl, you kind of tried it when you had messaged me saying I started the fight.
Oh.
Ooh,
Miss Jada.
Don't do that, Jada.
Miss Jada.
don't do that,
Miss
Jada.
Not too much.
Jada.
Macy.
Okay. My story also involves getting kicked out of the club. It's something super embarrassing. I was not 21 and I was at Legends.
Where's Legends is in
Durham.
School.
It's the first club I ever went to, actually. It's so embarrassing. And you guys know, you the cute, lit young bitch. Niggas want to buy you drinks. Niggas want to, give you some of their drink.
Mm-hmm.
But I had on one of the tags that's like not 21.
Mhm.
Yes, 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 yes.
Ugh.
And so the bouncer, well, this guy, he's giving me some of his drink. He's like, I bought this for you. You can have some of this. So I'm sipping it.
Sipping down,
Um,
bitch.
I'm getting lit.
Go.
Hello? And the bouncer comes over. He's like, you can't drink. You're not 21. If I catch you again, I'm taking you out. And I was like, okay, I won't do it.
He
Bitch
watched
did
you
it.
at that
Bitch
point.
did it.
And
Kept
saw
doing
you,
it.
caught you.
Kept doing it. And he literally grabs me by the arm and takes me out of the
Oh my
club.
gosh.
My friends are freaking out. They're like, we told you to stop doing that. You know you're not 21. And then me and Zay, we get to fight in the parking lot.
No.
Not fist fighting, but it almost got there. We was like
Heated
arguing down. Because they didn't want to leave. But they were like, we can't just send you home by
Right.
yourself.
Mhm.
But so yeah, that followed me for the rest of my college life. All my friends are like, bitch, you wait till you turn 21 to drink. It was so annoying. So yeah, that's mine.
Wow.
Mm.
Uh,
Very
so,
different stories.
right,
Literally.
all different, but we're our worst nonetheless. So, with our worst and best club experiences, what would you take from each to create the best club experience with
Mm.
your name on it? Like, this is your club.
Hmm.
Mm.
For me, I would just want my club to kind of be like more than just a club.
Mhm.
Like, kind of like you could do like regular shit there. Like, I low key would want almost like a plaza or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
the club right there, but you go get your haircut, or
Mhm.
you can get your nails done, or like you could do all that before the club and go to the club, or you can just go about that and go about your day. Like, I would love to have it be like almost like optional to like immerse in that, but you have like I low key like y'all ever been to the Soho House?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like how there's like levels and there's something different on every level. Like
Yeah.
something like that almost. Like
Yeah.
real elevated and it's like you can come here to do this or you can
Yeah.
like get turned the fuck up and go do that.
Mhm.
That's
Absolutely.
cute.
For me, I would say a lot of clubs do this, but like there's clubs where it's like 3 floors and each floor is a different
I love that.
vibe
Yeah.
of music, a different vibe of people. I think that's the club that I would want. I would want it to be like straight and gay type of clubs because I've been to clubs where it's straight and gay and it's like a lit ass time.
Mhm.
So I would want my club to have that. And I would want it to be like very freeing for straight people as well. Just like a non-judgmental space, if you
Yeah.
will. So yeah, I would say that just 3 floors, 3 different vibes, and just a freeing experience
I love that. I
for
love clubs
everyone.
like that too, because it's like depending on how you feel, you can go to either floor, you can go through
Hmm.
both. Like I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would really enjoy like doing a costume club. Like you have to come in a costume, and I would definitely say 3 different floors as well because no one wants to listen to the same music like all night. So it's
Yeah.
like if you have the option to go to a different place, it makes the experience so much better.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, definitely a costume situation would be fun. I think I got that just because my college was like heavy on costumes and like just doing creative shit all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Role play freak bitch.
well, yes, that's one of the rooms.
Not one of the floors.
Queen. It's actually one of my goals to open up a club one day. I would call it Club Visago because, like, I'm named after a
The
demon,
devil.
right? I'm named after a demon, so I really want it to be like a very like
Demonic club.
not
Interesting.
too demonic now, but
Like
a very
erotic.
worldly club.
Hmm.
Mm.
But one things that I really, really would like to put in my club is like I want to have a bunch of antics. Like I want to bring that back the cages. I want girls dancing in cages.
Yes.
I want girls on the rings, like doing
Yes.
like flips and shit like that. I really want it to
Mhm.
be not just standing around drinking and dancing. I would
Mhm.
really want it to be like performance oriented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. I love
That's
that.
why
There's
I
a
wanted to go to the strangers.
The Strangers is great. There's also a club just like that. It's called Club Paradise. I believe for no, you weren't there. We went recently for Diamond's birthday.
Okay.
Um, but I'm not sure what hotel it is, but it's in Times Square and you go up through the hotel to the club. But it's
That's
Club
dope.
Paradise. Y'all should go check it out. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
and one thing I would make like like a rule to do is like
Mhm.
in Vegas when Mija and my family went for my 23rd birthday, it was like they were turning people away at the door for like not having on button down t-shirts. And I would never have anything like that. Like
That
you
is
Yeah.
so
could
I
dumb
had
to
a
me.
ribbed shirt on, like not a wife beater, like an actual
Mhm.
shirt. It was just ribbed, and they were like, "You can't wear that."
yeah, and like we had to leave and go buy new shirts for
So
my
annoying.
Honestly,
brother.
honestly, I'm not mad at that. I like clubs that have an upscale feel, and if you're just letting anybody wear whatever they want, like it kind of downgrades the feel of
But I
the
also
club.
just feel like make it make sense because they were saying if my shirt was plain, I could have wore it in. It wasn't that I
Yeah.
wasn't dressed up. Like they were
Hmm.
just like your shirt's ribbed, and that's the problem. Like
Right.
that's dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
that's
ribbed is
stupid.
like a material texture. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
that's
just
dumb. But I
pushing.
get what you're saying. Like if it's like a dress code, like you have to dress up,
Hmm.
that makes sense. Like But that shit in Vegas, I feel like they were just saying anything to anybody.
But also in
like,
Vegas, it's like, bitch, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
Vegas.
Like, it's Vegas.
the club was
Calm
so
down.
packed. I'm like,
Yeah, who-
it's not that deep. Like,
Who was there? DJ Mustard
Yeah.
was doing it. I think that's why it was so like rigid and stuff because
Yeah.
it's like
But
a
he don't even
celebrity. But I'm like,
dress like that.
girl, just let people have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
you know?
them. I left.
I
Yeah,
feel
Jody
Had
didn't even
my
go
own
in.
fun.
We know
As you always do.
Right, I'm
Y'all
like,
know
we
my
you
vibe.
quick.
I ain't wasting no seconds on a trip.
Girl, I know
Shit.
Houston, you about to, because I'm about to be.
Mm.
Okay. So that was a good conversation, you guys. I love that.
That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, y'all know we always do an audience question. So I'm gonna ask this one. This one is specifically for me, but I'm gonna make it for all of us. It says, my question is for Sakani. How have you moved on from your previous person you thought was the love of your life? I feel like we could all answer that.
Yeah.
Because we've had that experience. But y'all could go first.
Well, I would say for me, I feel like I had a love as a kid and then I had an adult love. So I don't. The adult love was more serious, obviously, because I was
Yeah.
an adult, and those emotions were just much more serious than loving someone as a kid. Because I didn't really know what being in love or loving someone was at that point. It took me years to get over them. Like I would let them spin the block all the time.
Yeah.
Like every time they hit me up, even if I waited a few days to say something or something, like I just could not fight the temptation to just want to know, like, how are you? Like, how have you been? You know, like, even though it's like they are so inconsistent and they just kind of will pop up and be like, I want you to know I still want to be with you, but we haven't talked in 6 months. Like, you know, it's just like stuff like that. And I would just kind of allow it. And part of me was like, for a while, I was just so in denial. Like, I'm over this nigga. I would tell y'all, like, I don't love him no more. I'm not gonna talk to him when I go back home. And like,
Girl.
I would
You should just-
I
just
still
think
like last time I went home, I still saw him, you know. But
Yeah.
it's like I feel like I'm at a point now where like I've been treated so much better by people that like I would still associate with him. Like honestly, and I would still hang out with him, but I genuinely am not in love with him anymore. Like I would
Yeah.
never date him anymore. Like,
Mm.
and I just think because I'm kind of able to separate the love and the memories, like or like the love and the relationship, I guess. Like I still appreciate him as a person, but I
Yeah.
don't appreciate how he treated me as a lover, and I would never want him in that space again. But it's like I'm still able to see him. And for me, like I had to get to a point, I was kind of out of sight, out of mind. Like I was in New York, he was in my hometown. So it's like for me, that helped me a lot. Like if I was still home, it would have been so much harder because I would have still saw him. Like we
Right.
would have still hung out. But like being able to move on with my life, starting this business with you guys, being an independent artist, like I'm busy as fuck. Already dating here is hard. So trying to like keep up with somebody back home is just unrealistic. So for me, just kind of not being there helped me get over it. And dating other people and just moving on and like just seeing the value of myself, you know, like
Right.
sometimes you love somebody, but how they treated you was not love, you
Mhm.
know, in every scenario. So, yeah, I would just say loving myself more and just not being there.
Yeah. Okay.
Me? Mine is a little depressing. I will say that. To get over the person who I thought was the love of my life, um, it literally took having to put them in an involuntary insane asylum. I had to. No, I'm not even kidding. I swear to God, I had to. He was threatening to kill himself
Oh,
because I wanted to leave him. hmm
I hate those.
Uh,
I hate those ones.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
Those
threatening.
are the worst.
I don't have empathy for those ones. I be
Yeah.
wanting to say, do it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he would. I came home one day. He had written all over his body like, I want to die, things like that. Called the cops. He tried to wash everything off really fast. They wasn't taking it.
He's in there. He's in there, officer.
Yeah, that's literally what I did. So they took him. I literally rode in the ambulance with this man, to the, I don't even know what it's called. An insane asylum is what I. It's not
Friends
an,
hospital.
a mental hospital.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Said the same.
something like that.
A psych ward.
Yeah, psych ward. And they just kept him in there. It was so difficult to do that to him because he was literally in the ambulance in the back with me, like, you gonna really do this to me? like this is what's gonna happen. So it was very, very, very heartbreaking. And then,
Traumatic.
he was in there for a minute, and they're calling me like, do you think he's time? You want to come see him? Do you think it's time for him to let out? And I go to visit him, and he's just not. He's still on that same wave of like, if you don't take me back, I'm going to do it.
Mm.
So
He needs to stay.
telling them that he needs to stay in there for a little bit longer was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life. And
That's tough.
yeah, I called Cyrus. I packed up all my shit, moved out to Hoboken in New Jersey, and it took literally me seeing like this has gone to past the point where this is not good for either of us. It took that for me to realize that I needed to let it go.
And it's a lot for him, but that's a lot for you as well.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Like
Yeah,
as
for
a
sure,
partner to
for
even have
sure,
to do those things.
absolutely.
I will say it's still very fresh for me. So I don't know exactly how I'm feeling. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Mhm.
Like I don't. Every day's like a new feeling, a new emotion that comes up. So I'm gonna have to pass because I don't have no advice for y'all right now. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
That's
be
fair.
honest.
It's real.
Yeah. I think when you have such a profound love with someone, it the key is time. I feel
Mhm.
like there's no like wiggle room around that. Like you just gotta let time pass. And I'm not even saying I'm over like the guy or the man, but I think I have gotten better with time
Yeah.
and living around those emotions because it's not like you could just be like, oh, I don't feel that way anymore. One day is kind of just like letting each day go by and like seeing how you're feeling and knowing that tomorrow might be worse than today, but
Yeah.
still pushing through those emotions and just letting yourself feel. Um, but I will say this, I think the most important part about going through heartbreak is loving on yourself. Like you said, Ja, because it's not um it's not a secret that everybody loses a piece of themselves when you're in love with someone.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I think loving on yourself and coming back to yourself is really the most important part in dealing with that and letting time heal. Cause it's like I said, there's no way to like get over someone very quickly. You just gotta let time do what it do. And
Absolutely.
I think, yeah, that's just my take on it. I won't say I'm over him, but I've learned to live around that feeling.
Can we hug?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hug. I think I need a hug. Yes, on that note.
And on that note,
I think it's time to wrap it up.
thank you for watching episode 5.
Thank you guys. Halfway through the season. Also,
Yes.
we're gonna make.
Yes.
We're really we're appreciative of how you guys have been going all out for us. But yeah, we have some exciting things coming up. So maybe we could give out the GoFundMe link now or something. Do we want to do that?
That will be below. Link will be below. Support us. I think we're gonna start a Patreon soon as well.
Yeah.
But
Just make
yeah, we're also able to like do like the subscribe. There's things we could do on YouTube now as well.
Yeah.
Now that we've reached a new amount of followers and views, which we appreciate you guys for.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have some new things coming up. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks and see ya.
Love y'all.
Busy boys signing off.